Ever wondered how to boost your credit score? Welcome to the world of credit scores. Those elusive numbers that can make or break your financial dreams. They're more than just figures, they're tickets to a better financial life. Today, we're going to delve into the nitty-gritty of improving these scores using a little-known secret weapon, primary trade lines. So buckle up and prepare for an enlightening journey into the realm of credit. Get ready to master the art of boosting your credit score. Scene script. First things first, let's get to know what a credit score is. Think of your credit score as your financial reputation. It's a 3-digit number that tells lenders how likely you are to repay your debts. It's like a grade that reflects your creditworthiness, and it ranges from 300 to 850. Now, why does it matter? Your credit score determines whether you'll get approved for credit cards, loans, and other financial products. It also affects the interest rates you'll be offered. The higher your score, the better terms you'll get. So you could save thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars over the life of a loan with a high credit score. So what influences this magic number? There are several key factors. First up, your payment history. This is the most significant factor, making up about 35% of your score. It's pretty straightforward. Do you pay your bills on time? Creditors want to know that they can trust you to repay what you owe. Next, we have credit utilization. This refers to the percentage of your available credit that you're using. For instance, if you have a $10,000 credit limit and you've used $3,000 of it, your credit utilization is 30%. This factor makes up about 30% of your score. The lower your credit utilization, the better. Then there's the length of your credit history. This is how long you've been using credit. Lenders like to see a longer history because it gives them more data to assess your risk. This makes up about 15% of your score. Other factors include the types of credit you have, credit cards, mortgages, student loans, etc., and any recent applications for new credit. These each make up about 10% of your score. So that's the rundown on credit scores. It's not just a number, it's a reflection of your financial behavior. And remember, the higher your score, the more opportunities you have to get better rates and save money. Now that you understand what a credit score is, it's time to dive into primary trade lines. You might be wondering, what are primary trade lines? Well, let's unravel this credit mystery together, shall we? Primary trade lines, in the simplest terms, are credit accounts that you, yes, you, directly manage. These can be anything from your mortgage, auto loans, student loans, to credit cards. Essentially, any credit account that's in your name and you're responsible for paying off is considered a primary trade line. Now you might think, but isn't that just any credit account then? Well, not exactly. You see, there's another kind of trade line known as authorized user trade lines. These are credit accounts where you're not the primary account holder but are authorized to use the account. For example, if your parents add you as an authorized user to their credit card, that's an authorized user trade line. But here's where it gets interesting. The credit activity of both primary and authorized user trade lines appear on your credit report. However, the weightage given to each is different. Your credit score is affected more significantly by your activity on primary trade lines than it is by your activity on authorized user trade lines. So if you're consistently making payments on time and keeping your credit utilization low on your primary trade lines, you're setting yourself up for a credit score boost. On the flip side, if you're late on payments or maxing out your credit cards, your primary trade lines could drag your credit score down, but don't let that scare you. Primary trade lines are not some credit boogeyman. They're simply tools in your financial toolkit. And like any tool, they can be used to build or to break. The key lies in understanding how to use them wisely. Think of primary trade lines as financial breadcrumbs. They leave a trail of your credit behavior for potential lenders to follow. And if that trail shows responsible credit management, it can lead to a higher credit score and better loan opportunities. So there you have it. Primary trade lines, when used wisely, can be your ticket to a higher credit score. Now, isn't that something worth aiming for? Adding primary trade lines to your credit report is a strategic move. It's like adding a new player to your financial team, one that can help you score big in the credit game. So let's walk through the steps to add primary trade lines to your credit report. First, you need to open a new credit account. This could be a credit card, a car loan, a mortgage, or any other type of credit that you can qualify for. When you open a new account, the lender will report this to the credit bureaus, and a new primary trade line will appear on your credit report. Next, it's crucial to keep this account in good standing. That means making your payments on time, every time. Late or missed payments can have a negative impact on your credit score, and that's the last thing you want when you're trying to build credit. But remember, it's not just about making payments. It's also about maintaining a low balance. A high balance can indicate to lenders that you may be a risk, even if you're making all your payments on time. So try to keep your credit utilization, that is the percentage of your available credit that you're using, as low as possible. Now, you might be wondering, why can't I just add a bunch of authorized user trade lines instead? Well, while authorized user trade lines can also boost your credit score, they don't carry as much weight as primary trade lines. That's because with an authorized user trade line, you're piggybacking off someone else's credit. With a primary trade line, you're demonstrating your own ability to manage credit. So it's important to have a healthy balance between primary and authorized user trade lines. Think of it like a diet. You wouldn't want to eat only fruits and ignore vegetables, right? Similarly, in the credit world, you need a mix of primary and authorized user trade lines to show that you're a responsible borrower. And here's a bonus tip. When you're adding primary trade lines, try to diversify. Just like an investment portfolio, a diverse credit profile can help you reach your credit score goals faster. So, consider adding different types of credit, like credit cards, auto loans, and mortgages to your report. Remember, the key is to maintain a healthy financial behavior. Adding primary trade lines to your credit report is a powerful strategy, but it's not a magic bullet. It's one piece of the puzzle, and you need to pair it with responsible financial habits for the best results. So make those payments on time, keep your balances low, and strive for a balanced and diverse credit profile. Your credit score will thank you. Scene script. Here's how you can boost your credit score with primary trade lines. Primary trade lines can be your secret weapon in the battle to boost your credit score. Think of them as your financial superheroes swooping in to save the day. And just like any superhero, they need to be used wisely. So let's dive right into the strategies to maximize the power of primary trade lines. First up, always keep your balances low. It's like going to the gym. You don't want to overwork yourself. You need to exercise just the right amount of financial muscle on your trade lines. Keeping your balances below 30% of your credit limit shows lenders that you're responsible and not overextending yourself. Next, make it a point to pay your bills on time, every time. This is the equivalent of eating your financial vegetables. It may not be the most exciting part of your financial diet, but it's essential. Late payments can seriously hurt your credit score. Remember, a history of timely payments is a sign of reliability, which lenders love. Another critical point is to resist the urge to close old accounts. It might sound counterintuitive, but hear me out. These old accounts, even if they're inactive, help increase the length of your credit history. And a longer credit history can boost your credit score. It's like a well-aged wine, it just gets better with time. Last but not least, diversify your credit. Having different types of credit, like credit cards, a car loan, or a mortgage, can show lenders that you can handle various types of debt. It's like showing off your financial versatility. You're not a one-trick pony, so there you have it. Keep your balances low, pay your bills on time, don't close old accounts, and diversify your credit. These are the keys to unlocking the full potential of primary trade lines to boost your credit score. With these tips, you're well on your way to a better credit score. Boosting your credit score with primary trade lines is not rocket science. Now, isn't that a comforting thought? We've navigated the universe of credit scores together, understanding the basics and diving into the specifics of primary trade lines. We've untangled the process of adding these trade lines to your credit report, and we've shared some top tips to supercharge your credit score using primary trade lines. It's all about taking the reins of your financial health. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Start by understanding your credit score. Move on to learning about primary trade lines, then take the plunge and add them to your credit report. And don't forget those tips we talked about. They're your secret weapon in this mission. With knowledge, action, and a bit of patience, you can boost your credit score and unlock a universe of financial opportunities. So go ahead, take control of your credit score and open up a world of financial possibilities.